What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy DC. Too cool back here for another video. Today's topic is Xenoverse 2. And we're going to get right to the mustard. I believe a lot of you, a lot of you owe Xenoverse 2 an apology. Let me explain. You see, I've been seeing this stuff for years, and people have no comments for years about the game. And when I hear people talk about the game, they only ever talk about what they want, or why they don't have what they have, or what they think they are entitled to, or what they want. And they say the game's bad because you didn't get something that you feel like you wanted. That does not make the game bad. That makes the game lacking, or lacking for you because you didn't get something that you felt like you were entitled to. We've already been over about Super Saiyan 4, things of that nature, in my previous videos. So we're going to go ahead and go down a list of all the things Xenoverse 2 have done right. Because the thing I see is, people spend so much time talking about Xenoverse 2 and what it does wrong, or they feel that it does wrong, that they never give it any credit or any leeway for what it's done right. It's like a kid who brought home all A's and got 1 B, and you jump on him for that 1 B, like he didn't pass with flying colors, you know? So let's go ahead and go down through the years, everything Xenoverse 2 has offered, right? And I might miss something because there's a lot of things Xenoverse 2 has added, a lot of things. I think some people don't even know they've added, especially players who stop playing for a couple years, come back, or here and there. That I have a friend right now, he's got it on Switch, Xenoverse 2, and he's asked me a bunch of questions, and I'm guiding him through stuff. He got stuck in the store because I told him he had to get the time eggs, time-nest eggs, remember that? And that's how the story keeps advancing. So I've been helping him, and it's fun to help him, go through and stuff because, it's a great game, and I don't mind helping anybody in the game who loves the game. So it's always somebody, and he's a return player, but he hasn't played in years. You know what I'm saying? So he's overwhelmed with all this new stuff that, every time you jump into the lobby, especially if you do another character, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, this and that, everything's here. You know how it is. If you know what I'm talking about, if you play the game, it just message after message after message. This is in the game. That's in the game. This in the game. So let's go ahead and get into a lot of these things that I made a list here for you guys. Why is Xenoverse 2 doesn't get enough credit, from my perspective, my opinion. They gave you the raid bosses. The raid bosses is a unique feature that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is the only game that has. Right? Now, we have something like it's similar, but it's not as good in Sparking Zero with Legendary Battle. They just copy Xenoverse. But the problem with that is they limit per character points, DP points, battle points, and it's only one player, single player. And there's no tangible drops, nothing you actually get for actually playing outside of scores. They give you some little, you can get some little in-game items that it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. There's no real tangibles in that mode. Right? 2, the Crystal Raid / double raids. Meaning where you can be the raid boss and you play against real people. And you get to be in the shoes of the boss. Or if you want to play with a buddy, you and a buddy can be both a raid boss and play against other real people. That's cool. So you want to be giant grade 8 baby and all that kind of stuff? That's some more like that where you can play it. You can be the characters, stuff like that, Unfortunately, there's no giant characters in the game, but that's just something, also another layer of, fun factor, right? So, this is the first Dragon Ball game on console to have a co-op. I mean, a real co-op. You want to count Dragon Ball Sagas? Sure. Sagas. Dragon Ball Sagas? Sure. They had a co-op feature. That was technically the first console game to have it. Years ago, they tried something different. It was okay. It was a cool concept for its time. Didn't really work out too well. But this is the first game where you can have a co-op with a bunch of stuff. All these parallel quests. 3-on-3. Or up to 3 people, I should say. But you can do 3-on-3 if you want to. 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1. This is the first game that actually has that. This is the first game that has you and your friends playing against other Dragon Ball characters in the Dragon Ball world. Right? In cooperative. Working together for a common goal in the mission. Up to 3 people. Right? If you exclude Sagas. Which most people didn't even play that game. They don't know it exists and they won't count it. So we're just going to take it off the table. Right? But this one, you actually have it at 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and 3-on-3. Dragon Ball Fighters has 3-on-3 and 2-on-2 and 1-on, but it's not the same time. Raging Blast had the team battle system, but it wasn't at the same time. It's 1-on-1. Sparking Zero has up to 10 people, 5-on-5, or 10 characters, 5-on-5, but it's not the same time. It's 1-on-1 battles. Xenoverse is the only game you can go in and go 2-on-2, 3-on-3. If somebody dies, it can become a 3-on-1. It can become a 2-on-1. This is the only game that offers that level of interactive play. The other games don't do it. They're all limited to 1-on-1. But you can go heads up with a bunch of people at the same time, right? Which again emulates that Dragon Ball feel, because they've had many fights where everybody's throwing hands at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gohan and Krillin jump Goldo. You know what I mean? Berta and Jace jump Goku. Did we forget this? We always talking about the story mode. When they added you an original story mode, and they continue to add you original stories on top of the original story they added, the Hero Coliseum mode. You know what I'm saying? So interactive game mode, which is basically Dragon Ball Heroes, except virtually with the in-game system of Xenoverse, right? You have a training mode. Of course, you can create your characters. Of course, you have the expert missions, which have different variables of how to beat them, and you can get in-game points, in-game TP medals, in-game currency, right? The QQ Bang mixing, they added that to where, you want to get your stats better, whatever the case may be, or, specify some particular stat, you can do that. They added a bunch of transformations. Yeah, I know you can get Super Saiyan 4, but because you didn't get Super Saiyan 4 does not make the transformation engine bad. It does not make it bad because you didn't get one form that you feel like you want. I want Super Saiyan 4 also, but just because I didn't get Super Saiyan 4 does not mean any of you God, Blue, Evolve, Beast, Potential Unleash, UI, you so focused on what they didn't give you, you completely ignore all the ones they did give you, right? Dual attacks. This game added dual attacks, 2-on-1 dual attacks, tag team moves, right? They added the styles in the lobby, so now you don't worry about getting the Dragon Balls no more, change your hairstyle. They fixed that up. They added the Odomekian, so you can go ahead and skip and go ahead and level all your characters up, without keep grinding. The part of customization keys, remember that? Making characters much better and give you even more creative freedom in, the Dragon Ball world, giving characters stuff that they couldn't do, which gives you an ability to do things that you can do before. For example, you want to have Goku Super Saiyan or 2 or 3, whichever version you want to use, and you want to give him a Kaioken attack, now you have Super Kaioken. As an example, right? If you want to do Ultra Instinct and then put Kaioken mixed with it, you can do that. Because this part of the customization key allows you to do it. You get Kaioken based moves and add them on top and stack them on top of the Ultra Instinct. It's things like that that are unique that only Xenoverse can offer you. You see, people, the reality of the situation is this. It's because Dimps is so good at their job that the game is still thriving, and why Xenoverse 3 isn't greenlit by the Japanese boss. It is out of Dimps' hands. All Japanese businesses' decisions are made from the boss. It's not on the dev or even the board. And the boss only cares about sales and the sales numbers. And Xenoverse 2 is selling. That is the reality of the situation. People get it wrong. They say Dimps is lazy, this, that, and the third, because they didn't get what they wanted. On the contrary, Dimps is so good at their job, they're able to have this game thrive when other games can't even keep people on their game. Call of Duty's in the bargain bin, and that game just came out. Come on now. The almighty Call of Duty is in the bargain bin. Half off. 40% off. And I probably missed some things because Dimps has been doing so much work. I mean, photo mode, another mode. They have added so many things in this game, it's not even funny. So, the next time you're talking about Dimps is lazy or, Dimps sucks or whatever, you need to reevaluate and reassess everything they've done to this game to make it a success. Fighters was there for years. They're trying to bring it back. There's no guarantee it's going to stay. If Bandai's doing it, they might not have the magic that Arc System Works had. Sparking Zero, we got more DLC coming, but there's no guarantee people are going to come back to that game. If it's just more characters, that's not going to work. So, you guys owe Dimps an apology. But that's all I wanted to say. And let's not forget, because the Xenoverse 2 success with the money it was bringing in, and was able to hold the market down, Sparking Zero was able to be made in the background. That's been confirmed. So, you're welcome. So, that's it for me. That's all I wanted to say. Tell me you guys agree, disagree, whatever the case may be. Till next video, like, share, subscribe. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace out.